experience, not only for the people there, but for children and parents everywhere.
Joining us now is licensed professional counselor Bill Prasad with how you can talk to your kids. How should parents even start or handle this very difficult topic, Bill?
Remember that all conversations have to be age appropriate. For the preschool kids, you don't need to have that conversation unless they ask some questions. If they do ask questions, provide just a few details, but emphasize that the child is safe, that mommy and daddy are there.
I know that some children, I have a 10-year-old, you have an 11-year-old, they're old enough, perhaps those kind of kids are going to come home because they're going to hear and they're going to start asking questions. So how do you address when the questions come?
First of all, have the conversation. Don't rely on them hearing it from another source. Another child may tell them a fantasized version. You want to avoid that.
Are you saying initiate the conversation?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Get ahead of it. News travels fast. You get ahead of the conversation, you ask them what they've heard, ask them if they have any questions. Once again, emphasize safety and that mom and dad are there.
I think there's a lot of fear and concern, and maybe they don't always express it. Are there certain signs, certain nonverbal signs that we should be looking for as parents that they are scared?
You're right. A child will show some signs in reference to some difficulty with separation anxiety. Perhaps a child will be more clingy or will get upset if mom or dad leave the room. With a teenager may isolate or act out more. Also, in some of these situations where a teenager feels a great deal of stress, they'll resort to use of alcohol or drugs.
Yeah, so if you see the stress, you see the discomfort, how do you comfort?
At the end of every school day, check in with the child or the teen, ask them what they've heard, what was talked about in school. If it's a teenager, you may want to screen 30 minutes of news, recorded, take a look at what they would see, and then play it back for them. Watch the news with them. In the end, though, limit the amount of news media exposure.
That's very good advice.
We've got a wrap here, but you and I mentioned this earlier. It's time for parents to be parents and be strong for the kiddos. Bill Prasad, licensed professional counselor, thanks so much. We appreciate you for being here.
Yes.